You know what I think is the only way to immediately incapacitate a person is to damage their central nervous system, the CNS, to the point of paralysis, unconsciousness, or death. Well, one of the rounds of all the options that we have to choose from is a 45 ACP. That is the focus of this video, and a lot of people, when we speak about 45s, simultaneously in a conversation, stopping power, or some people call it knockdown power. I'd rather call it's stopping power. The goal is to stop the threat and to stop the perpetrator in their spot. And stopping power comes up. We'll talk about that in this video. You are looking at a Winchester Ranger Series 230 grain hollow point. Think about this during the intro. How much will that bullet fan out once it hits human flesh? A quarter inch, half inch, what do you think? Let's talk about the history right after the intro. Who invented this round? You probably know that. What year? This goes back a long ways. Think of the year and think of all the wars that this was a sidearm for us up until present modern day. And I really think the best portion of this video is going to be the comments below from all you 45 ACP purists out there. And by the way, what does ACP stand for? Think about that right now. Let's talk about the 45 ACP. Please throw in your comments. What is your favorite 45? What type of 45 do you own? Do you want one? Have you owned one? What do you think of this whole thing on stopping power? What's it all about? Let's get into it right now, and welcome to weaponseducation.com. Let's start out the video with taking a look at some rounds. On the left, you've got the 380 getting larger to the 9mm to the 40 caliber, and there is that nice fat stouty 45 ACP. ACP stands for Automatic Colt Pistol. Developed by John Browning, year 1904. Now let's talk about this round and talk about the phrase stopping power, because that comes up a lot when you talk about the 45, including also the 10mm, the 357, the 44 Magnum. We know a lot of these rounds have the phrase stopping power, that stigma right next to them, which is cool. And what it really is the ability for a firearm to cause enough ballistic injury to a human to incapacitate that person where he stands. You know, not necessarily kill him instantaneously, but stop them where they stand. Now, we know about shot placement, like I said in the beginning. You hit the CNS, you hit him with a 22 in the head or anywhere in the central nervous system, that's going to stop him, it's going to bring him down. But I tell you right now, you hit someone with a 45, you got a pretty good chance of anywhere in the torso area of stopping that person in their tracks. And that's why I'm excited about seeing all of the comments below on this video, because of those of you who reload and you know the ballistics of these things, and you realize that that 45 on the right-hand side will expand to approximately 0.78 of an inch, over 3/4 of an inch, to answer that question. So the expansion of a hollow point is huge. Let's take a look at some of my favorite personal protection ammo, and I have it right here. You got that bonded PDX1 line right there. And that bonded ammo, that'll go through windshields, That is a man stopper, and these bullets are constructed by bonding the lead core to the jacket to promote higher weight retention upon impact, causing a larger and deeper wound canal. That's your PDX-1 line on top. Then you have, of course, Hornady, an excellent round. There's just an example there, 45 plus P. And by the way, what does plus P stand for? It stands for overpressure ammunition, overpressure ammo. Hence the word P. Gosh, look at the core bond on the bottom. Plus P. Overpressure ammo. So you've got ammunition that goes back to 1904. Let's take a look at the most famous 45 ACP, I think, ever. Until this day is still extremely famous. Let's look at that handgun right now. We're looking at a Colt 1911. This happens to be the Colt railgun. 100 years of service right there on the slide. This is one special 1911, which goes back to John Browning designing it prior to the year 1911. And in the year 1911, it was adopted by the United States Army. And from then forward, this 45 ACP round is just stronger than ever. Now, let's talk a little bit more about stopping power and what this 45 is all about, kind of. It's all about, stopping the threat. Well, first of all, stopping is usually caused by the force of the bullet and the damaging effects of the bullet, which is typically loss of blood pressure, and more immediate effects would take place if the person was hit in the CNS, as I said, in the spine or the brain. Now, what makes this bullet traveling at what some people say slowly, at approximately 1,000 feet per second, what makes it such a man stopper? Well, first of all, I can't run 1,000 feet per second, and none of us can. And that big 230 grain bullet is humming. It's moving fast, but it has a lot of what is called kinetic energy. Okay? Which is, in physics, the kinetic energy of an object is the energy which it possesses due to its motion. So when we talk about motion, we're talking about feet per second. And then we're also talking about energy. Muzzle energy is the kinetic energy of a bullet as it is expelled from the muzzle of the gun. It is often used as a rough indication of the destruction potential of a given firearm. The heavier the bullet, the faster it moves, the higher its muzzle energy, and the more damage it'll do. It's all about the transfer of kinetic energy. The 45 ACP round is an amazing round, and I would like everyone to talk about your 45. Do you want one? Do you have one? What's your favorite? And I know a lot of you guys who reload can really throw in some really great comments about the ballistics of the 45 ACP, the automatic Colt pistol. Let's talk about the 45 in the comments. My name is Tom. Please subscribe, and thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much.